Alright, how's it going, PogChamps? Now, I was looking over the new Moonlight Merriment quest line and I realized it's a little complicating and there's a lot to break down here, so I decided, hey, let's just make a guide for it, even though it's a little late for that because it's already been, what, a couple days in, like a weekend. But let's not think about that and let's just hop right into it. So, first of all, to be able to take part in this event, you have to be adventure rank 28 or above. And also you have to have completed a New Star Approaches Archon quest, as well as the Truilla Chapter 1, Act 1, Mondstadt Gastronomy trip. And I almost screwed that up, but hey, I didn't. So we're still going with it. One take, baby. First, you're gonna have to do a quest line, and it should appear something like this right here. It should appear like this, and it's going to be a long quest line, and you just go through that, and then after that you're going to get another quest down here, and you'll also be required to talk to this chick right here. So we can actually go over there real quick and I'll show you where to go. You'll have to talk to this chick right here in order to progress the quest line. So first, after you do the weekly or the main quest that will appear right here, like I was saying beforehand, you'll have completed this, and these two will be locked. And in order to complete these, you click on it and it will bring you to this chick, and you talk to her, and this should light up yellow. You click that and it will give you, let's skip all this. After you click that, she will light up a bunch of treasure chests and different icons over here. So what you would do is you'd go over here and you just collect all the treasure chests around here. Each of them sometimes drops random loot to go with it, or they'll just drop 5 Primo Gems. But the 5 Primo Gems is guaranteed no matter what you get, as long as you get the chest for it. And that will fill up. We go back to our Moonlight Merriment quest. It will fill up this bar. And once this bar gets to 100%, we will get the little fishy, the fish claymore that everybody wants. And the way that this works for the Moonlight Seeker quest line is that once you find all these chests around here, after you find all the ones that are lit up currently, they'll keep spawning here, but you won't have them lit up anymore. So every day you can come and talk to this chick, and she will light them up for you so that you can find them easier. But if you wanted to speed run it and get it done right now, then just make sure you're exploring this general vicinity and just try to get as many chests as you can. Even after if they don't show up on the map, you can still get them, but it's just going to be harder because you're going to have to find them. Now, I don't believe it's going to be infinite. You're not going to get infinite primos or anything like that, because they added this bar here for a reason. So once this fills up, you're not going to be able to do anything there. It's most likely going to stop spawning chests. And if you click right here on the go to collect item, then it will light up the general vicinity that you have to look that all the chests will be in, as you can see right here. When collecting the chest, you'll also find this item, which is called Moonchase Charm. Now, these items don't serve any purpose currently that I can find, at least. But whenever you pick these up, those are what I believe are used for filling this bar up. So it's not the chest that you get to fill this bar up, but it's these fire things, the Moonchase, or it's both. I'm not currently sure right now, so either way, just collect as many of these as you'd like. And after you fill this up, after you get this all the way to 100, we'll be unlocking this in one day from my recording, and you'll be able to do another region that also has different stuff for you to grab. And then we'll get this in another 5 days for you to do all of those and get more rewards, as well as Primo Gems from opening the chests. So if we go to the Trail of Delicacies, which is our second event that's going on currently, you can see I already filled it in. So I can't currently show you it, but if you go down here, or go up here, really, it's going to show a little icon around here. They'll show some cards down here, and if you go there, it'll be a bunch of enemies that you fight, and when you fight them, they will have the effect around them where they will have a boss, and the boss will become tankier as long as there are little allies around him. So your main goal is to kill all the squishies, which are just the smaller minions that die in a couple of hits, and then go after the boss because that will make him less tanky. After you complete that, it will drop a 10 Primogem reward, and you're done with that one, and you will have filled up this first bar right here. But right after you collect the rewards, it will spawn a wind current that will bring you to the next event area, where you will fight the enemies and just repeat the process until you've completed all of this area. After that, you'll have to wait for this area and this area coming in 1 day and 5 days currently from recording. Another thing to take mention of is this bar right here. It's called Trail Comforts. So if you're having problems killing your ads or anything like that, you might want to look into this or just complete this out of your luxury whenever you can, because it does give you some rewards to it. So it says, offer 2 delicacies during the challenge. Your own party members will gain 30% attack for 10 seconds upon using an elemental burst. Max 4 stacks. Each stack has an independent duration. Offered 4 delicacies during this challenge. All your own party members' shield strength is increased by 60%. And then offered 5, you get the rewards at the end. So what are delicacies? Well, if we go down to the bottom right here, offer delicacies, you'll have to offer each of these items in order to fill up the delicacies tab as they listed below here. So if you go here, it says offer 5 delicacies. You'll have to give them all 5 of these. You can't give them 5 of these. You can't give them 5 of these common items. You have to give them exactly 1 of each of these items. And the way that you do it is once you click here, it'll show the amount owned at the bottom, and then you just click the offered button right here, and it should fill up this, and then you go to the next one, click, next one, click, next one, click, next one, click. Now, if you don't have all the delicacies that they are required to get, then it's fine. These are fairly easy areas and people to fight as long as you're somewhat late game or anything like that. As long as you have a good team, you're not going to need this. And the rewards for it are pretty stingy, so if you don't have it, then don't even worry about it. Now let's go to the last one, which is actually the first one. It's called Moonchase Tales. So the way that the Moonchase Tales works is that this bottom one, called Cuisine Machine Test Run, it will have a quest here, and these quests are on the same timer as before in those other events. So in 1 day we'll get the next quest, and the next day we'll get this quest. Or in 5 days we'll get this quest. And I've already completed this one, but for a quick synopsis of this quest, all you have to do is a quick little mini game with Cloud Retainer, and that's about it. So it's not hard, and you get 30 Primogems. These don't show the rewards, but you get 30 Primogems, you know, some nice stuff. And now let's go down to, or up. I get my ups and downs mixed up, as you can tell. Let's go to this first one called Moonlight Marint Part 1. Now, this is the first quest that you had to complete in order to access everything else here. But the main thing to take part in, or to focus on, is this one. This is the second part, which we will ultimately learn what is in that. Well, I won't spoil it, but we'll learn what is inside Object. Now, it says required festive fever, which is 1,000. Now, if you look back here on the front page, you'll see right here, festive fever, 450 out of 1,000. Now, yours is probably going to start at 0, but our main goal is to get this to 1,000 so that we can continue the quest line and get most likely going to be the same rewards that we have here. And how do we get that? How do we get festive fever? So if we go back to our Moonlight Seeker, you can see we get Festive Fever each time we do one of these. And we'll get Festive Fever here, and we'll get Festive Fever here. Another thing to notice is if we go back here, we get Festive Fever here as well. So each of these, just by doing the other events, we get the Festival Fever. And that will progress our main story for this quest line. This is also an interesting item that we're going to be getting every time that we complete one of these. Now, what might this be? Well, to understand that, we first have to go back to our Moonlight Seeker quest line and back to our first tier, and you can see we get the Fish Claymore here. So if you have any if you have any Claymore users, this is going to be very good on them. It's got really good stats right here, attack and base attack, and it's got a really good passive as well to go with it. Now this passive is only going to get better because we can refine this up to 5 times. So right now we're starting out with 1. I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe we're going to get something here to refine it and something here to refine it. But what does it look like for you to refine it? Well, let's go right back to our trail of delicacies. And if we go to this last boss, you'll see right here, this is the item that we're going to need to refine our fish sword. It says, specialized refinement material for the luxurious Sea Lord. The intense fragrance of this paste seems to have sealed the spirit of sea life within. Smear it on the luxurious Sea Lord to temper this unique claymore and make it still harder, or harder still. Now I have one of these and I got this from completing this entire area, and you get it at the final boss area. And if you count this up, you got 1 at the end right here. Get another one, that's 2, 3. And we go back to Moonlight Seeker, 4, 5. So it just adds up that we're gonna get all the refinement material for this weapon by completing all the quest lines. Now we're gonna get more rewards for leveling up swords and stuff. So this, all in all, is a really good event. It has a lot of content for you to do. Maybe not a lot in the grand scheme of things that if you play a lot, you're going to be finishing this fairly quickly, no matter how much they give you, because there's no end game to this game. But for a casual audience, and just comparing that to all the other events that we've received in the past, this has a lot of stuff that we can do. It doesn't have a lot of replayability, but it has a lot of stuff for you to get rewards, and it's not just the same thing over and over again. All of these things offer a different experience for you to conquer. All of that would be nice as long as it wasn't overshadowed by the terrible anniversary rewards, but I'm not going to go into that. You can check my other videos talking about that, and I will leave y'all at that. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if this was helpful, and as always, Johnny. Doo -doo -doo.